Lab 3, modulation matrices with noise. This is a lot of fun. The tutorials, there's 3 of them, simple, medium, and a lot of cool stuff that you can do. I'll show you stuff. It was made a year ago. All the information is still completely up to date and accurate. What's changed is we have more modules, and some of the ones that we had a year ago are now located in different places. You won't have a problem with it. What you're looking at now is what the modular looked like a year ago. So at that point, the noise module was up here. For you guys this semester, it's been down here in this lower row. And also, I brought in the sequencer and put it here. And I brought in the quad LFO that I mentioned today in class and put it here. So now, our modular today, I just made this a few minutes ago, the noise module that had been here, I moved up here. The sequencer and quad LFO will be roughly in the same place. As I am moving through this and saying use the state variable filter if you wish, this is now located more like over here. So every time, there it is. If I mention a module and you go look and it's not there, just look around. At this point in the video, so you have LFOs here. I start showing you all the LFOs that were in the system a year ago. And instead, I'm going to show you now you have LFOs all over the frickin' place. All 3 of these are LFOs. This one has the nice aid. You have, there's stuff you can use in here, but let's just go down here. The dual universal slope generator, each, the top and bottom separately, can be LFOs that can be voltage controlled. This is an elaborate LFO. This is a simple LFO right here. You will have 4 LFOs right here and 4 more right here. You have a lot of different LFOs to use if you want to combine them in different ways, and you would combine them using a mixer like this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or any combination. There's even other modules in there that will do that. Just like the video itself is from a year ago, the screenshots with this lab are also from a year ago. So it's not showing the new modules, and the colors of the cables in the screenshots are different than the colors of the cables in the videos, but it's the same thing. The screenshots do show some of the positions of the knobs, so they're useful, and there's a number of them documented, and it's everything that goes, I think it's most everything in the video, so useful resources there for you. Hi, this is a video for Lab 3. Part 1, you're going to make some copter sounds to stick in Logic. You're welcome to go it alone, do what you want, or if you want, I'll give you some pointers of stuff that you could do. This is something you could do. To take the noise, now you're going to go into a filter, but you're also going to want to go other places with it later, so why not go into a mult first? Then come out of the mult and let's go into a filter. You have other filters that sound different you can experiment with. I'm just going to go right here into the basic state variable filter. For now, I'm going to take the low pass out, come into the VCA. At this point, as long as this noise volume control is turned up all the way, which is where it should live, set this switch to linear, and this should send signal to the Mackie so you can hear it, and it's just noise. Next step is you need modulation, and I want you to use a modulation matrix, meaning at least 2, preferably 3, different control voltage sources like envelope generators and or LFOs mixed together and sent to the filter all at once. So you have LFOs. For now, what I'm going to do is use this as an LFO like you probably did last week. I'm going to come into a mixer just because I can. Take the output of the mixer, and I'm going to feed that into the frequency modulation input of that filter. Now, one of the things that I mentioned, and it's important to remember this, no matter what you're doing, adjusting all of these different controls, even minutely, can have quite big effects on your sound. So you'll need to turn this level control up and probably bring this frequency down. You may turn up and down this resonance to see what it does. Set this in the low range over here. Select a different waveforms, turn it up, and hear what kind of sound effect comes out. Then something else that you can do, which I recommend, is you'll want to be able to send a trigger. So for now, it's easier with real hardware to actually just use the gate from the MIDI interface, and you're going to want to send that more than one place. So molt that. This also means you will need to turn on the keyboard. Now you have a gate, so you could trigger an envelope generator. So let's say that you go to a simple one here and come out of the envelope generator into the mixer. So now you can mix the volumes and turn on and off separately the envelope generator, which will fire when you press a key, and you can change this. Between all of this, especially with making adjustments to the speed of the LFO and the level input here and or the levels coming out of the mixer of the envelope generator, and of course changing the envelope generator settings, you should be able to get a lot of different variations of sound that could be used with a copter or helicopter animation. So what you need to do is capture a bunch of sounds in Logic and then import the animation video that you were directed to and line up some sounds so that it kind of works, and then export it. That's part one.